liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Williams? Here. Commissioner Basom?
Here.
Commissioner Edelman?
Here.
Commissioner Holloway?
Yo.
Commissioner Mazzola?
Here.
Commissioner Weil?
Yes.
Commissioner House?
Here.
Quorum is present. Approval of agenda?
I move we approve the agenda.
I'll second
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public comment and or question? All right, on to our standing items. Approval of commission meeting minutes of May 28th, 2019.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Approval of bill payments for the month of June 2019 and the total amount of $59,440.36.
I will make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Acceptance of the revenue and expenditure report for the month of May.
Motion to accept the revenue and expenditure report for May.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and on to our monthly reports. Do you have anything for us this meeting?
We're still working on the blight. Some of the people are waiting for the county's disposal. I think it's this Saturday, so next week we'll double check. And also, I ran a report with Central Dispatch on our calls, and just to kind of help us adjust schedules. But looks like, Tuesdays are busiest day, followed by Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, in order. So, if you'd like to my written report for the next meeting, we'll do that.
All right, thank you. Mr. Vaughn, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, sure. So Kevin and I took training, it was in my report, on some aerial lift. We had aerial lift training through Cass-Air, which was awesome. We had use of their machines now to do some of the work that we did today. We pulled the Christmas lights from the courthouse tree.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, a lot of the lights suffered squirrel
Already?
molestation.
Yeah.
They have eaten through most of it like they did in prior years, so we will have to look at maybe sharing the expense with the county or picking up that the new lights we'll need. But that was nice that we have that opportunity to use. Actually, the way Steve Miner put it is it just drove absolutely crazy to see us running around in the backhoe in a basket. It was for our own benefit. We appreciate Cass-Air and their training and use of their equipment. That is all.
All right, thank you. Lori, do you have anything to add as treasurer? No. Okay. Buster? Anything for city manager in addition? Okay. On to new business. Consideration by the city commission to approve a contract with Dixon Engineering in the amount of $3,200 for inspection services related to the water tower.
I move we approve the contract.
Jamie,
This is a necessary inspection. I think I relayed it in my report as well. So this is every 5 years this takes place. This inspection will also include an exterior paint. There'll be some adhesion tests on the exterior paint of the tower to see where we're at. We've been putting money aside for the last few years for the upcoming projects, quite expensive. So we'll see where we're at after that. But yeah, every 5 years this is a necessary inspection. So.
thank you.
Jamie, could you tie in how the other items on the new business, they all tie together, so you got
They do all tie together, and when Dixon comes in to do an inspection, that 5-year inspection, they can do a dry inspection where you empty the tank, bypass the tank by running the wells through and putting pressure relief valves out so that you don't build too much pressure anyways. Or they can do a wet inspection where they send a robot that actually swims down and does an inspection that way. Because we have the leak and it's in the bowl, it's in the interior, but it's through the bowl where the water sets, that tank needs to be empty, it needs to be dry. So, while Dixon is doing their inspection, we have coordinated, and Dixon actually helped out tremendously in coordinating the other 2 contractors. We coordinated Corpro, who will do the cathodic protection. We've had some issues with that as well in the past, that keeps the metal from rusting. There's anodes and cathodes and just electric pulse that's constantly running through the metal and it stops or prohibits rust anyway. So they will be there, they needed it to be dry to do their work, and then of course the welding portion, well, I have to have a dry tank as well. All 3 tied together. Corpros, I noticed that is the high end, the 13,400. It could be around 3,400 if we don't need to replace everything. So fingers crossed that stays at that lower amount, but the 3 needed to be coordinated. That's why it's taking so long. The leak hasn't gotten worse, which is good. But to coordinate 3 big projects like that, they're actually quite big projects. It's quite an undertaking, so.
I'd like to amend my motion to approve contracts set forth in paragraphs A, B, and C.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, on to letter D. Consideration by the city commission to approve contracts with the road commission for Montcalm County for major and local road maintenance repairs in the amount but not to exceed of $50,000 and authorize the city manager to sign contracts.
I've got a question about the seal coat on Court Street in Lake Maine. Are we gonna do something about the driveway that's covering it all with gravel,
It's a good question.
running into the storm sewer?
Yes. Yeah, well,
That's not the only one in town, but yeah, it's always an issue. Good rainfall takes their driveway and puts it on the street every time, so.
My recollection, I think, is that there was zoning ordinance that your driveways have to be hard surface, so they don't run onto the roads. I guess if it is or not complying with zoning ordinance. If that's true or not, we should have looked it up.
I believe it is.
Sounds familiar.
Pardon me?
Sounds familiar.
Can you take a look at it?
We spent a lot of money cleaning up the storm sewers. The gravel was in the most fast to clean up in that corner. And other places too.
Might add, if there were more projects that could have been done this year's, we tried to do the worst first. And we had, we within our budget, so what we didn't do this year, hopefully we can try to do next year or the year after.
This, I don't think the gravel here, it's not your responsibility, I think the homeowner's supposed to be doing that.
Well, we've cleaned it up a lot in the past.
Well, I mean, I know you have, but I don't think you need to. I think we should make them do it.
Well, that particular place is also getting mold right now, so it's kind of making
I'll look at the method as to how we can enforce the zoning. Sometimes when they are looking to replace it or improve the parking lot, we try to catch them, but I will take a look at the zoning ordinance and see if it's something I can send.
Actually, the house that's in the corner, it runs from the north end of the house, it runs west of the street, and on the east end of the house, it runs south end of the street, so it comes both ways to the storm sewer.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we wanted to address with the right-of-way permitting process and driveway configurations. We worked with Pine and Newhall to get standards set for the city in terms of driveways and materials that can be used or allowed. So that's another way we're looking at addressing that issue, is that before someone can improve their driveway, they have to fill out a permit and tell us what type of materials they're going to be using definitely are opposed to gravel. So I'll look into that.
I'll move that we approve the contract with the road commission for the major and local maintenance, road maintenance.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? On to item E, consideration by the city commission to approve the request to waive fees for a temporary hydrant use permit for the upcoming car wash fundraiser held by the Stanton American Legion Post 452 on Saturday, June 15th, 2019, from 10:45 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
I'll make a motion to waive the fee for the hydrant use.
No second.
All in favor? Any opposed? All right, on to F. Consideration by the city commission to approve the redesign of the Forest Hill Cemetery entry sign.
I have a question about the sign.
Yeah.
Why the cross?
There's currently a cross on the sign. So the design, I received a call from people concerned because the sign is deteriorating. It's a wood sign that is painted. So all I did was reach out to one company to get a bid on a metal sign, and just honestly, I told them, come up with a design and we can start from there.
I mean, if we're fixing a new one, to me, the cross shouldn't be there.
Okay?
The Constitution says we're separating as church and state, and this is, we're the state and that's the church.
And do we know a cost associated?
The estimate was in the packet, correct?
Yeah, it was around 400.
I did not see it. All I see is the design.
Weekly.
Oh, I was thinking it was a weekly.
Yeah.
I'm not real crazy about the font for Forest Hill.
I wasn't crazy about the design either.
I mean, I like the design, it's okay, but the font for Forest Hill looks a bit gloomy, I guess.
By design, you mean you like the trees?
I like the picture included in the sign.
Yeah,
I like
okay.
that, but there's an issue with the fonts.
The font looks a little spooky.
To me, it looks Irish.
Well, there's 3 different fonts in the design,
It's
yes.
4 if you count the established.
Yeah.
Like,
Which I do think we should keep the established portion.
Can we narrow it down?
You mean like to a simpler sign?
No,
You're saying
established.
this is the font, this is.
One was a flat report.
Uh,
I think one was a
Oh,
flat
there's
report.
3.
Here and here.
And then
One
there's,
cemetery flat report,
Yeah.
and that's when it got established, I think.
Yeah, I mean, as we narrow it, I would think you could narrow it down. Keep records. I can't remember what it says, Chuck, but
It says
Oh, wow.
established early 1800s.
yeah.
I like this font. This font's fine.
the Orist in the Hill.
Then the cemetery's a little bit bolded more than the other.
it needs to be streamlined. It needs to be tweaked for sure.
So do we want to go back to them with the comments before we approve it?
Well, I guess I'm wondering, like, is there something we can do to just touch up the old sign, like how, this was not part of our goals.
Right.
Like, we set out goals, we met, and if this is something that needs to be done, like, we could look at it for a future year. But like, for this year, we set our goals, and that's what our money should be going toward, and I'm seeing that this is $450. It's $450 that we can put toward one of our goals that we set, and then make note of this for, next year's budget.
Well, it'd be 2 years because we've already
Well,
budgeted for, yeah.
Can we come up with a temporary solution like a sheet of plexiglass to prevent further deterioration until a year or 2 from now?
Well, it would have to be encased because it's basically plywood that's painted, right, Jamie?
Actually looks pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got a new design, and nothing's been done on that yet.
No, nothing's been purchased or done or,
The sign's been painted over, is that what you're saying?
I was wondering, I mean, if they've got it all ready to go, and we're supposed to.
No.
no, we have not
nothing's been
approved
done.
anything.
Okay.
No, so Mayor Williams asked me about it, and I said, well, wasn't really on our radar. I think it's in pretty good shape right now, and then touched base with Jamie, and he said, yeah, we take a look at it, and we do maintenance, ongoing maintenance, and so, I said, well, let's bring it up at the commission meeting, any type of redesign of a sign that's not regulated by state law or something like that. I think should have the input of the commission and maybe even some other community members. So with that, I said, well, let's bring it up and talk about it, and if everyone's on board with it, not right now, then I can take that message and reply to the person who asked about it and say, well, we have other priorities that we're looking at right now, and we'll get back to it and have more thoughtful discussion as to the details, the layout, and what we want the board to say, and so forth. So that's why it's on tonight's agenda.
I would like to have some other input, maybe in different versions with some different fonts, and maybe have something to choose from, rather than just vote on what's presented tonight.
Well, we're gonna wait till next year, we're gonna wait till next year.
Yeah, I wanna make a motion, but I don't know if it's to table or wait till a certain time. I guess I wait till
Table
next
it.
year.
Or I can just not approve it as currently shown.
I make a motion to not approve the design as presented.
Is that a motion?
It's a motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Yes.
Doesn't mean they can't present one next week.
Right.
On to committee, on to committee reports.
We had a bid opening last week for Veterans Park. Brian Newhoff is back in the office reviewing those bid submittals, especially the low bidder. So we're waiting to hear a little bit more back from Brian Newhoff, and maybe some negotiating on pricing. And hopefully at the next meeting I'll have more information to share regarding the Veterans Memorial Park bid results.
Any public comments? Any commissioner comments? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh. Dang,
That's fine. That's fine.
Not record.